Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I told you there'll be more live streams because pretty much it's holiday, and I thought it's always good be helpful to have some more live streams when we don't have anything else to do, right? Flea Day. Again, one of these things I don't know what they're. Flea Day, Tilfani, or however you pronounce your name. Could you please explain to me what does this stand for? VASK dot take and all these. Are you a person or is it a what is it? Advertising system? What is this? Who are you? What are you? What does that mean? Kevin, please says hello, Marin. Hello, Kevin. Don't forget the protocol, age, gender, where you tuning from. Rahul says, I'm speaking with my daughter on alternate days. Wife is behavior is very immature and she's still not concerned about our relationship. And I responded to Rahul that keep speaking with your daughter, and if you talk with your wife, say to her that, okay, I'm to blame. Now, how can I fix it? What do I need to do to make you comfortable and we get our family back together, as this will only lead to competition to which one is stronger and the rest of the nonsense of the conflict, and make us eventually lose everything we hoped for when we got married. So, in other words, I'm suggesting to you that tell her, okay, you think I'm to blame, as you said, that's what she thinks. So, okay, I'm to blame. I take the blame, partly at least. And what can we do now? What do you suggest that we do to fix it? What can I do to make you comfortable? What should I be doing to restore a relationship, at least to a point where we can restart it? Because if we continue this, we go at each other's neck. It's your fault. You say, it's my fault. And it's not going to solve anything. Let's look at the solution. Somebody was to blame. Okay, me, you, or just me in this case, I accept. What do you think we should do, dear, to bring the family back together? Our daughter would be raised with mom and papa together, and we will fix the problems. Otherwise, nobody is perfect at the beginning. We all make mistakes. Okay, and I'm sure I made a mistake. I made other mistakes too. And I'm sure you agree that we both have mistakes. But let's say it's all my fault. Now, what can I do? Let's come up with a solution. And so we hope that would be something that would encourage her to, instead of saying whose fault it is, because that's not going to solve anything, you take the responsibility for the problem and then together work it out so we can make this work. Rahul says, I'm going next week to meet her and daughter. Can I bring my 2.5-year-old daughter at my home for a few days? Is it okay? It's definitely okay. And it should be a good thing to do. Absolutely. Because, first of all, it gives her a little bit of a time to feel what it is not to have a family, what it is not to have the daughter around, and what it is to be alone on her own. It could actually work good for her because it will give her some time to be on her own, do what she wants to do, go to a restaurant or go here, look, go window shopping or whatever she wants to do. And then after she's done all that, she will realize she's alone at home. Daughter is not there. Husband is not there. Okay, the hell with the husband, let's say. That's how she thinks. But she feels the loneliness of, in a positive way. In other words, it will help her to see something that she never saw before. She start thinking, pondering, is what I'm doing the right thing? Is it the right approach? Why? Because all the other time daughter is there, she's busy taking care of her. And while she's busy taking care of her, she will be stuck on whatever she's been thinking about the relationship, and there would be no more pondering because she's busy, and she feels her time is is limited, and therefore she doesn't ponder about anything. So taking the daughter home with you, many good things happens. She feels what we just talked about. She gets a chance to do some things on her own and feel free and enjoy her time. She also feels that now what? When she comes home, she makes food for herself. She starts beginning to see it. And at the same time, you will feel encouraged to have some time with your daughter, and you be good to her, you play with her, you make sure she's happy. Don't leave her with your mom and dad and go somewhere else. They can be there and she can be with them for a couple of hours, but you must come back and take care of her, take her out, go on a park, or do things, or go to cinema, do things that she would feel father's presence in her life is very important. So she will also miss you when she goes and stays with mother, and she starts telling her that she wants to spend time with you too. And so that would be good. Don't say anything bad about her mother. I always say good things about her mother. And she wouldn't be concerned about that. And she'd say, oh, we are doing whatever we can to make you happy. Don't discuss that. Just be good to her, and good food, good time, good play time, and so on. And that will also bond you with her. And she will feel how it is to be around Papa. And make sure you don't say too many things that are contrary to what the little one wants to do. So she won't be favored when she's at her mom, and then this ends up being something that she can play against both of you. Just be the father that you are, a little bit nicer. So, and make sure when you leave your wife with your daughter would be on good terms. Like the daughter will not see any raising voice or yelling or something to feel that, oh, you took her away and the mother is alone, because she's probably bonded with mom a lot, naturally, and especially at this time. So make sure that it will be, just be a diplomatic, have a diplomatic behavior when you're there. You're not there to fight. You're not there to fix something in one seating. You're just there to say hello and talk a little bit about what you think and all things that we talked about, and to suggest that, look, I would like to take our little one with me for a few days so you can have more time by yourself, free time, enjoy yourself, see how it is to be by yourself and have a little bit of a free time and rest time. And then after that, then of course, we can share back and forth every once in a while. So don't make it a confrontation that I'm going to take. Don't come up with the schedules. Just make it as it is, that it's an opportunity for her to have some free time on her own. All right. Kevin says, so Kevin, where is the age? I don't remember you guys, your age and criteria. So please include that. Abhi says, hello, happy new year. How are you? Thank you, Abhi. This is male 26. Now I just had my birthday on 1st January. Oh, Canada. Oh, you're in Canada, are you? Okay, good, good. Happy birthday to you, Abhi. You're 26 now. Great. What part of Canada are you in? And Kevin says, I'm 15 from Philippines. Aha. Kevin, have you had the chance to talk to your parents that you're here and talking to me? Because I want them to know that you're, you know, watching these programs and so on. Kevin says, sir, is this normal to still have some fears about thoughts. You shouldn't be fearing thoughts. You should understand that thoughts can be there, but they don't have any meaning or any power. What should be fear of? It's a thought. Brain doesn't set who you are, what you are, and what your values are. Brain just does things, and you simply see if it's suitable to you or not. That's all. I've said that many times, right? Says I can't stop thoughts that popping in my mind. Did I ever say you should stop thoughts? You should allow thoughts, accept thoughts that they can exist. But existing something doesn't mean you agree with it or you like it or you are that what is the suggestion is. Like many people live differently in the streets. They go shopping, buy different things. They have different cars, they have different tastes, they have different languages. And you allow all these differences to be there. But doesn't mean you agree with them, you prefer what they're doing or what their lifestyle is, or what their language is, what their taste of food or things that they want to do or buy is. No, but you accept that they can all exist. Same thing with thoughts. You accept and allow thoughts to come and go, but they're not your thoughts, they're brain's thoughts. So they can be there. Your problem is that you think whatever shows up here, it's you. No, it's not. It's a machine that is making thoughts. So let it make thoughts. The problem is when you believe your thoughts. A thought pops up, and then you believe a thought by somehow you give it credibility for what? God knows. So, Rahul says, thanks a lot, sir. Wish you a very happy new year. Thank you very much, Rahul. Appreciate it. Kevin says, yes, okay. P says, yes, in Toronto, Canada. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Thank you, Abhi. Thank you very much. All the best. You finally made it to Canada. Kevin says, remember, I'm the one who commenting on videos. Yes, I know you. I mean, I know about you, but I don't remember the age. I don't remember all the things. There's so many people that I converse with. It's kind of hard to remember what with what. That's why I need that little bit of a cheat sheet help. Rahul says, can I take my daughter at my home without my wife's permission? Well, it's your daughter and her daughter. So it's always a good idea to talk together and come to an agreement that this is, she's been with you for a while and I miss my daughter and I would like to take care of her for a few days and you will have some time, as I mentioned before, the things you can say. And Rahul says, because my wife will not allow do it. But if I take my daughter with me, wife may come back. It's not about allow. She has as much right to your daughter as you have. Who says that she can allow or not allow? You're the father and she's the mother. You both can see what's best for the child and make a decision together. It's not about power trip, and she doesn't have any legal rights over you unless she has gone to court and the court has given some judgment that she has the sole custody and you don't. But I don't think that's the case in your cases. Therefore, you have as much right as she does. But it's always a good idea to agree for a certain schedule that you are going to take the little one to your care with grandma and grandpa and to have her enjoy the family rather than being secluded only with her. It's not good for her psychological well-being. She should feel there's a family around. Your reasons of not liking me, dear, that's fine. I understand that. But you cannot use the child to create certain kind of a psychological illness for her by separating her from the rest of the family. So I think it's a good idea for her to come back with me for a few days, and you're more than welcome to come back or come for a visit and then go back to where your home is, which is here, I guess. But it will also give you some time to enjoy your time, and then come back and take her, or I can bring her back at a few days after. So you don't want to go through a power struggle. It should be an agreement between you two, because it's your daughter. It's both of you have responsibilities and mean well for her. So I don't see any reason why she should disagree. Appy says, now my next target is to visit Vancouver probably by next year and visit you. Okay, of course, he says, but soon when I get some good spare time, I will be taking a Skype call to talk to you. Very, very excited. Excellent, Appy. That's for sure. Why not? And Nasra, my goodness, you're still there. Where have you been? Nasra says, hello, dear Mehran. Nasra from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you too as well. To you too as well. Well, it's redundant. To you too, or as well. And Rahul says, I want to realize my wife and her parents, that how it feels to stay away from my child. I'm staying alone since last 6 months with disturbed mentality. They should realize this as well. Yes, of course. And you have all the right to do that. I don't see any reason for her not to allow it. It's not up to her. But I don't want it to be confrontational. I want it to be a mutual agreement for the benefit of both of you and the child. Is she living with her parents there, or is she living on her own? I never understood. She moved out of the city that you were. Weren't her parents living in the same city that you guys were living, or were they somewhere else where she is now? I never got it. So maybe she's not even taking care of the child. The mother is taking care of the child, the grandmother. Kevin says, sir, do I think I'm getting back to normal? Listen, stop thinking back normal. Everything is normal. These are thoughts. It's normal for these thoughts to come and go. There's nothing about abnormal or normal, or there's standard for. His brain has some malfunctions, and that's what it is. So don't make a big deal out of it. Says, my thoughts getting disappear automatically, like for 10 seconds or after I recognize it as intrusive thoughts. But thoughts leaving me some fears. No, why? Why leaving you some fears? What, the thought is going to do what? Grab you by the neck? It's a thought, shows up. You pay attention to it, it bothers you. You don't pay attention to it, you will pay attention to your life, it will be of no consequence. Again, we have another visitor with these funny little things like VUN.RENT. There's no message or anything, it's just a name and that. I don't know what that means. Nazra says, I went to Egypt to visit my grandma. Just came home last night. I missed you, sir. Well, glad for you to come back. I'm glad that you had a chance to see your grandma. Hope everybody's okay there. And welcome back. So you've been away for so long. But in Egypt, even, we have some people who can, participate in the live streams. So you could have done the same. Good job. Anyhow, I'm glad you're back and hope everything's going well with you and taking care of yourself. Interesting. Let me try something. I'm going to try a couple of drops of honey. into this tea. Let's see how it tastes. I kind of pulled a little trick. I put a little bit mashed potato in the tea in order to create a texture. You know how Japanese put rice in the tea to give it that little bit of a body, a little bit of a thickness? So I kind of wanted to do the same thing with the roasted dandelion roots. And let's see how that works. Not bad. I don't put any sweet in my tea usually, anyhow. The first time in God knows how long. No, I prefer it without sweetness. Api says it is to all viewers. I've been following Mr. Mehran, in brackets, my guru in relationships. I'm no guru. Since 2017, and it's been 5 years now. Yes, he is the best. Must read the book on transient thoughts. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the advertisement. the My promotional agent for the day says he has helped me a lot. Well, thank you for the kind words, Abhi. And Kevin says, I'm just worrying about what I might, what? What if my gender is changing? Kevin, are you somehow have some kind of a mental issue? Because I've described this in so many videos and to you directly in your comments that it's got nothing to do with gender changing. Gender doesn't change. What are you talking about? You keep saying the same narrative and you keep pushing it into yourself. Regardless of what I say, you come back to, I just think this. Well, you keep saying that, you start believing your own thoughts. And that's the beginning of mental problem. When you conjure up some thoughts or thoughts show up and then you start believing them without any whatsoever scientific background on it or evidence of any kind, you just believe it. Once you believe something, that you don't need any reasoning for it, and that's the danger of it. So perhaps you want to talk to a psychologist and ask their opinion about the way you're thinking and help, and ask them for their help, because you keep going around and around, and regardless of what anyone says, you keep going on the negative side, and you're working yourself into something that you're not. You know, so this worrying business is not going to solve anything. I'm keep telling you, these thoughts, you got to let them be. Accept thoughts can exist, but you don't need to accept what thoughts say. Just let them be. So, okay, this is a thought, I saw it. It's like you pass by somewhere in the street, you see something you don't like, you don't agree, but you see this there, you accept that it's there, but you're not interested in it, so you move on. You say you love who you are, and you say you're a straight boy. Well, then that's the end of it. What are you afraid of? Do you think if you walk in the street and somebody keep telling you you're not straight, you're this, you're that, would that make you to be something that that person is suggesting? No. The same thing here. Doesn't matter if your brain keeps popping up something. This is, as I said, intrusive, OCD rooted thoughts, subsets of OCD. It's been described in many documentations, many experts, and so you got to trust the science. Yeah, stop getting annoyed. The more you get annoyed by thoughts, the more you're paying attention to their existence. And even when you're not, you say, oh, they're not. As soon as you say they're not, they show up because you're bringing the topic. You need not to distract yourself. You need not to hide it. You need not to try to pretend it's not there or it's there. I didn't notice. I noticed. None of that. You notice them. You notice them. Okay, that's a bad thought. Okay, that's it. Move on. For you, it's a bad thought. So that's because it doesn't meet your values, and that's it. So you recognize a bad thought and you call it for what it is, and you move on with your life. But allow thoughts to be there because it's not your business, it's not your fault, or it's not your doing that the thoughts are there. They're there, whether you someone want them or not. That's what the brain does. So you just accept thoughts can exist, but I don't need to compromise my values. Simple. I go to a store. There's so many different kind of jackets, or you know, warm-up suits, or pullovers, or whatnot. I choose the one I want. That's it. I don't care what else is there. I accept that this is a store. Lots of things can exist. Okay, it can. Same thing with brain. Lots of thoughts there. Some I might find it along, in line with my values. Okay, it's interesting. If not, okay, not interesting. That's it. That's the end of it. Simple. Hmm. Nazra says not so good. What? Grandma is not so good. How old is grandma? Rahul says I spoke with her uncle before few days. He said to have a meet with both of your parents and let's come with solution, but I'm not sure what outcome will come after that meet. So my next step is to take my daughter. Yeah, why not? Both of you can take care of her. I want them to realize how it feels without that. Yeah, sure. But more importantly, your intention for taking your daughter is to spend time with her, not to punish your wife, to deprive her from being spending time with the daughter. No, your first priority should be you want to spend with your daughter and do spend time with her. I don't know, play with her, take her places, have ice cream, or I don't know, do if she's at school age or you want to teach her something, do drawings. Spend time with her. So you also remember how it is to be a dad and spend time with your loved one. And at the same time, she will feel how it is not to be with the daughter. And that's fine. But don't turn it into a war game. Hmm. Okay. Let me open that window a little bit. This can get more fresh and cooler. Okay. Kevin says, again, there's a but there. Yeah, but. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So there's no but here. I don't know why you're focusing on it. It's true. That's what you said. That's what I said. And that's the way it is. You know, HOCD always comes with ideas and thoughts and images that is contrary to what you are. That's why it's subsets of OCD, HOCD. So if you're heterosexual, it always contains homosexuality thoughts and thoughts of not being heterosexual. If one is homosexual, then the HOCD in that case would be thoughts of heterosexuality. So, and that's just the way that works. So, if anything, you should welcome the thoughts. Thoughts can be there, so they, don't try to investigate them, interpret them, why they're there, what do they mean. Nothing. It just means that there's a malfunction in the signaling system of the brain, and the amygdala is overactive, and all the other things that we've talked about. I don't want to go back into it. Atif says, hi, Mehran, 39, male, New York City. My parents divorced when they were in their 60s. Oh. May I ask when you divorced from your wife? Oh, yeah. It was 28 years ago. I was 38. 38, yeah. 38. So. Yeah, but as I said, Kevin, thoughts. Look, I'm going to try it one more time. Kevin says, I think that's the reason why some people with HOCD focusing on their kinds of thoughts, because thoughts are not meeting their interest and their values. Well, because brain is not going to consult with you, because there's a separation between brain and you. Brain is not you. You're not the brain. And brain knows that. Brain is an apparatus, is an organ. And when it makes thought, its job is to make thought. It's a thought manufacturing plant. But when it wants to make thought, it's not going to consult with you. Sir, I want to make these thoughts. Is this in line with your values? It's not going to do that because it's not intellect. Brain is not smart, is not intellectual. There's no intellect in there for it to use it and coordinate with you and say, sir, I know I'm working for you, and I know that you're not this thought that I'm about to make. I want to make that. Is that all right? It's not going to do that because it doesn't know any better. It's just a machine spits out thoughts based on some other influencers, which are the anxiety, fear, protectiveness, the amygdalas, overactiveness, and the prefrontal cortex making some kind of a text or a scenario to fit the danger signal that was sent by amygdala, which had no basis to it, but now it's trying to fit a narrative to that signal that came in. So what narrative? The narrative that is very important to this person, his identity, his gender. So that signal of danger, I must fit it with something that is not in line with this person's value. Then it fits as to be a danger signal. All of that is a malfunction. It's non-coordinated behavior between all these parts of the brain. But it's got nothing to do with knowing what their values are or are not. It just comes up with it. Because there is no reaction and there is no matching a danger signal if the narrative is complementary to you. Then it doesn't match the danger signal that was emotional signal that was sent, dangerous emotional signal that was sent by amygdala. Prefrontal cortex cannot match a complementary narrative because that would not represent an emotional danger signal. It should fit. So what fits? Something that seems not in line with your values. That's why it comes out to be contrary to your values. All right. Atif says, since then, did you feel the need to remarry? There was no need for me to remarry because all my focus was on my son. My whole reason to exist was to provide education, security, protection, wisdom, comfort for my son. So I had no interest in getting married at all again because I had a different duty, different job. So for me, my son was first. So to me, it didn't matter what I would be missing in life or not. I would hardly even go on dates because depends on what was needed. If we had martial art classes, we had tennis classes, we had homework to do, we wanted to go on a vacation. It was all about, you know, having a good life, with my family, with my son. So I never felt I want to get married again. I'd go on dates whenever it would be possible. Like if my son was with his mom at that age, then that would be a time maybe I would go on a date. So you have to be dedicated. If you want to be a father or a mother, you have to be dedicated to that role. You can't just simply say, well, I'm a father, I'm a mother, but I still want to live as a single person. I can't do that. It's just, you got to fit the role and you got to want to love to be having that role in that juncture of life. Uh, yeah, Atif, I understand what you're saying. Oh, that's the way it is today. You know, Mm, you want to get married because you want to have children. That's not the right motivation. You got to be in love with her. That you want to love her first. And you're worried about this whole business of feminism and all the well, then you don't have to get married with some woman who has these ideas that has been shoved in her head as something valuable while she's losing all the value that a woman have. Being feminist is fine as long as you can be equal in being able to produce and educate yourself and be productive in life and achieve anything you want to uh, achieve in life and be equal in all these other things. That's fine, perfect. But being a feminism is supposed to mean not being as feminine as you can be, not to have the role that you should be having as a woman, and then you want to be like the man in the family. It's just bullshit. That's going to ruin the whole thing. It's just something political has been shoved into some women's heads, and they don't understand what the real meaning of feminism is. To be strong and powerful and direct and skillful and educated and have a career, all that great, yeah, that's good. But to not to be as feminine as you can be, take care of yourself, be fit, be center of the family and all the wonderful thing that a woman can bring to a relationship, and then you're wasting your time trying to portray something that you'll never be. It's just not going to work. Alex says, any supplement or food recommendation for mind malfunction? No. Just learn, educate how you can understand what this disorder is for OCD. Latif says, and I am very happy on my own for now. Well, then enjoy it. Nazra says maybe Mehran will remarry this year. I hope. No, please don't. At this age, I just want to have my free time and help people and research more and learn things. So, but of course, the romantic part of it is very, very exciting, very welcoming. But it's not that easy to find real women these days. Everybody wants to be something else or pretend that they're this, but they're not. Women are not how it used to be 50 years ago. We had women then. The whole life would circle around them. Our whole heart would beat for them because they were also interested to bring about a good family and be center of the family, do all the beautiful things that keeps a family together, keeps a man interested. But now it's all about power and forcing and money and this. That's why many people don't get married anymore. All right. Yeah, Alex, there's enough information on this channel that can help you understand all that. Okay, 45 minutes. Maybe I will stay another 15 minutes and that would be the end of it, right? For tonight. That's our second program today on the first day of 2022. Dude says, broke up with my GF 2 months ago, but have been confused about why I did ever since. It was fairly mutual and amicable, but I have been questioning and doubting myself ever since, getting regrets. Well, because you haven't found another girlfriend or better. And this was, you said, mutual. So it's not even like if it was up to you only, even if you didn't want it, maybe she wanted it. So obviously it wasn't working out. So might as well better to be out of it. But your whole regretting thing is because you're selectively recalling all the pleasurable moments and then you're forgetting about the actual relationship, how it was and why you guys actually broke up and what was it that wasn't working. So you're constantly focusing on those selective positive experiences in the relationship and you're forgetting about the whole entirety of the value of the relationship. That's why you feel like you are regretting it, because you're focusing on the good parts and you haven't moved forward, moved on to replace a new relationship, better relationship, better qualified, girlfriend for you, to feel that you haven't lost anything. But as long as there's a vacuum and you're constantly focused on the good parts, then you're going to feel like maybe I made a mistake. And Nazra says, but also you says, but also you need a partner and love and someone to be there for you. Yeah, of course I do. Of course I adore and love women, but it's not in the cards so easily. It has to be some communication level, compatibility, bonding on consciousness level, and all the interest that goes along with it, physically, mentally. Obviously, it will show itself up when it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. And life continues. There's a lot more to life than just the uh, enjoyment of the certain fruits of life, intimacy and all that, which always welcome, but it has to be the right woman. So we'll see. There are other things that needs to be accomplished too. Yeah, right, Kevin. Yeah. Relax on it, Kevin. Just focus on educating yourself about this glitch and you'll be fine. Alex says, yesterday I got into a street fight. Through is no fight, though is no fight or flight. What? I don't understand. And also not adrenaline rush. Okay, I didn't get it. Um, Dude says, I watch your videos every day. I'm sad, depressed, especially on the way to work or just driving. Your insight and videos have been very helpful. Well, thank you for sharing that, dude. And I'm sure you'll be okay. Breakup is not easy, especially at the outset when you've always been used to certain routine, that routine was the result of both contributions of you both in that mechanical process, the things that you would do during the day, and that had created the order of your life, the routine of your life. Now she's not there, so you can't do the same things that you had created as the routine of your life, hence the order of your life. So you now miss the order. It's not necessarily that you miss her, it's really missing how the routine of life, the order, the discipline of life was. And in order to regain that, because through the order of life, the routine of life, brain, I call brain and mind in this example the same, but brain and mind are two different things, just for the sake of our discussion. Mind finds security differently than the body finds security. Body finds security in physical areas. Right now, I know where my limbs are, and I'm in my apartment, and the door is locked, and it's a good part of town. Physicality brings security to my physical portion of my entity. But this physicality does not represent and bring about security to my mind. My mind seeks security in different ways. How? In occupation, in order of things, in the things that are set as a standard um, activities, the routine of the day. And while it knows what things it has to be done, what things it does, and what things is occupied in helping it to come to fruition, mind finds security. But now that order that mind finds security in is broken because she's not there in order to complete that what you guys were doing during the day, texting each other, going somewhere, going to the gym, having dinner or talking or this and that. All the things that you were doing individually and together had created the order of your life. Now that order is broken. So the mind is not secure. So what is it going to do? Mind is going to go into the memory, because in the memory, that routine, that order still exists because it's recorded there. So the mind goes in there and remembers how things were and feels secure by having been inside the memory where the routine and the order of things is still as it used to be because the recording is there. And while it's there and feels secure, who is there also? The girl. So you think your comfort is because she's there in the memory. No, it's because the whole thing as the order of things is recorded in the memory and your mind feels secure. But she's also there. So then you miss her, because while you see her, the prerequisites to desire is reborn, because all the prerequisites for desire to be born is also recorded. So when you see her, it flags that desire to be looking for the prerequisites, and because prerequisites are also already recorded, the brain feels that, oh, they're now being redone and reborn, these prerequisites for pleasure, for desire. So therefore it thinks now those prerequisite steps are taken again freshly. So then desire is born and now you want her. But in fact, it's all about having broken the order. And for the security, brain goes into the memory, finds the order. In that order, she is there. When she is there, the prerequisites for desire is also reborn as it's recorded every step in the memory. And then you desire her and you think, oh, I'm missing her. Anyhow, whew, it was a long discussion. All right. Now, let's see. Nazra says, Mehran, you're a great man, therefore. Maybe you'll find a good woman. Don't you think? Maybe. Always welcome. And Amit Panjala. Panjala says, my ex is sleeping with someone else. How I forget this thought, frock, from my mind, or from my mind, please help. Why do you want to forget the thought? It's fact. She's not with you, and she's an ex, and she has a life. So she moved on. She's sleeping with somebody else, and you would be sleeping with another girl when you find the right girl for you. It's part of life. Why does it have to do with you being, ah, because you think your worth and value is based on who she sleeps with you or with somebody else. And you think because she has something you need, pleasure, intimacy, and if she's giving it to somebody else, that means you've been demoted because her choices and what she gives or doesn't to you sets or breaks your worth and value. It's all bullshit. Nonsense. Nonsense. If you had another prettier girlfriend right now and you were having intimacy with her, you wouldn't even think of this one. So because you haven't replaced it, because she's now, with somebody else, and you think your identity and worth and value is depending on her choices, that's the problem. So fix that in your head, you'll be fine. And if you guys, as usual, wanted to talk to me on one-on-one on Skype, you can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, mindthatseekstruth.com, one dot. And make an appointment for Skype, for 1 hour Skype consultation. For new clients, I will add another hour. We'll have 2 hours, plenty of time to explore what's concerning you, one-on-one on Skype. All right, that's the site right here. And Omit Panjala, okay, we talked about that, says, okay. And Mazakaral says, Happy New Year, Mera, and Happy New Year to you too. Good that you made it here. Irish Dude, 1988, says, what happened, guys, to the protocol? I keep seeing hellos and all that. Nobody says gender, age, where you're tuning in from. 3 little things. God damn it. It's New Year. It's 10 years now. We have this channel. Still, I got to hunt for it. 3 little things. M, 22, UK. F, 32, I don't know, Florida, wherever. Or wherever it is, India, Iran, Japan, France, wherever it is. 3 little things signifying gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. That gives me a little bit of a somehow information about you, and that sets the tone. Irish Dude says, I break up with my girlfriend of 2 years a month ago. She was lying to me several times. I still badly miss her, though. Of course you do. It's normal to miss something that you've always been with. And even you can miss your bicycle because you've been riding on it every day, going from place to place. And that wasn't the pun, no pun. It wasn't meant to be that way. It's just meaning, even if you have you have a soccer ball you're playing, you're going to miss your ball if you can't have it in your hand. Well, again, that wasn't supposed to be if you're not kicking it. Anyhow, Whatever you have, you get used to it. You're gonna miss it if you don't have it. So, and says, I feel lost without her. Really? Get a map so you know where you are. What the bullshit is this? I feel lost without her. What was she doing to you? What? Was she holding your hand, taking you here and there shopping? What do you mean I feel lost? I've explained to you why if you feel lost. And I just did that about 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. You watch this program when it's back on, uploaded for rerun, and you'll understand why you're missing. What is it that you're missing? You're not really 100% entirely missing her. You're missing other things about the relationship. So anyhow, watch that one. You will find out. It says, I have depression and she brought a lot of fun to my life. Well, yeah, you were the one who actually brought her to your life, so you can also find another girl and deal with your depression. Go to your doctor and psychologist and deal with the depression. Depression is not something that they don't know anything about. They've done so much research on it. If anything, in psychology, they know so much about depression and the medicines if it's needed. And you got to figure out what kind of a stage of depression you have. Is it just the depression that we all have from time to time, or is it something a little bit clinical depression that you may need some kind of a salt, a mineral that will replenish what's missing in the blood? And they have so much abilities and science behind it that they can help you out and you can lead a normal, healthy life. Not a problem. But deal with that instead of having that to be a crutch for you that, oh, because I have depression, I need her so much. No, you're not handicapped. You can go and find somebody else. You're not mentally challenged. So just go and take care of yourself by dealing with these challenges, and you're perfectly fine. And you'll be fine. So breakups happen. Every time you're in a relationship, the next stage is breakup. What do you think is gonna go? Anybody who's in a relationship eventually meets the breakup stage. That's part of the relationship. What are you talking about? All right, let's see. What else do you have here? Good, Alex. Good. And dude says, I think people with OCD love to question themselves because they hate doubts. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. That's true. Kevin says, I'm watching on this channel for 4 months. Okay, Kevin, good. OCD is so common. I mean, so many people have had OCD. I had OCD ever since childhood, all kind of OCD. S. Singh says, Mihan, you changed my name, didn't you? Do you deal with retroactive jealousy, OCD thoughts about partners past? Well, all of these are part of negative thinkings, and you got to find the roots of it. Is it ego? Is it your OCD? What are your values? What is the conditioning of your consciousness? Cultural effects, and all that has a lot to do with it. So, but unfortunately, here is not something that we can discuss it in detail because it's supposed to be a few minutes talk about every question. So you guys can go on my site, mind@seekstruth.com, and then make an appointment, and we'll discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. Today, I was actually spending lots of time creating some kind of concocting something that I think it's good for you. I mean, I just learned it on YouTube. It's garlic and honey. So I spend a couple of hours peeling garlic, put it in a jar, and then pour manuka honey on it. And now I've put it aside, I think, for a couple of days, and then I'll have one a day. Supposedly good for many things, blood pressure and all that. So we'll see. Sing? That's not possible. It's not possible at all. When did you book the session? All the sessions that have been booked come to me automatically, and they responded within minutes, in fact. So you send me that registration that you say you have when you've registered it, because once I get the registration, it has your Skype, and I email back and also Skype the same message that I emailed, so you will not miss it. I have never received any from you. If you have that registration, simply send it over. I'll definitely honor it and make the appointment for you. But nothing of that sort has come to me. And if it didn't and there was no response, you should have sent me an email. Say, Mehran, I made an appointment, but I didn't hear back from you, which is unheard of because I've been doing that for many years and my system is very clear. Immediately you get a response, like within a few minutes as soon as I see it. Maybe I don't see it for half an hour, but then I do. So go check it out, find out that registration receipt and email it to me. And by all means, if you give me your Skype, because there must have been a Skype address, I can check right now and I see there is no Skype. Let me just put in my Skype, S Singh, and I have none. I have no such client. But maybe I don't have the right Skype address. So give me the Skype address. I will double check. Give me that receipt that you have registered on my site. You probably paid through PayPal, and you have a notification sent to you. So send that to me. Screenshot it. Send it to me. I'll check it on PayPal dates, and it'll be very easily remedied. So send me that registration because that is important. Because even if you give me your Skype, if I don't have that registration, that means I never received a confirmation of your appointment. So PayPal is automatic, or however you paid, Visa, credit card, PayPal. So send me that screenshot of the confirmation of your registration, and I will definitely send you a appointment booking. No, that Skype also doesn't ring a bell at all. Yeah. Habib 3? No. When I search it, there is no conversation here. It just says hi. I should say hi, like to say hello, to introduce. No. So check it out. Check it out. And let me know your age and where you're tuning in from, which city in the world. Yeah. Habib Street, nothing here. It says United States. You're in the United States, are you? Okay. Sing, check it out. See if you have that registration. And that's one email address you can try sending it to me. You're in Maui, Hawaii. Just seeing Maui, Hawaii would be enough for me to even make it faster. Because that's my hometown. Are you kidding me? Or you can also send it to me here. You can send that. Send me that registration to this email. Either one of them will work. Okay, so let's go back. Says Mehran, did you see my comment? Nazra says, no, dear. Let me go and look for it. Yeah, I saw the comment. It says, Mehran, you're a great man. Therefore, maybe you'll find a good woman. Don't you think so? I saw that one. I said, yeah, maybe. But that's the last message I have from you before this one that says, did you find my message? And Amit says, age 29 from India. Thank you for that. Happy New Year, sir. Thanks for replying. My pleasure, Amit. And Nazra, I don't have any message other than the one that I got from you. Singh, did you get my email? And I'm still waiting for that copy of the registration. We'll remedy it right away. That's unheard of. Okay. Hmm. The other one? Which other one, dear? Nazra. You mean before that? Before that, before that was this one says, but also you need a partner and love and someone to be there for you. Yes, I read that too. But there is no other one. I mean, there's nothing new. I've read all of them. Maybe you just didn't register. You can rewrite it if you like. Singh says, I will. Internet is slow. Haha, okay. You better come up with that registration. Otherwise, I'm going to fly to Hawaii and grab your ear, says, where is it? You said that, because I'm very fast. As soon as the registration comes, I quickly send an email and confirm the appointment. And then we get on Skype and we hash it out for the exact time and date that works for both of us. Okay, so I'll wait for that. Sing. Nazara says, I said, have you ever tried to open TikTok account to promote your YouTube channel? Yeah, I have a TikTok actually, and I was active on it for a while. My TikTok account, in fact, is where is it? It's my TikTok account is same minds that seeks truth. No, mind seeks, mind seeks, and I have a bunch of stuff in there. But then I kind of got lazy and didn't do it. Let's see. I haven't checked it. I've got 604 view, 700 view on something, and uh, then I didn't continue. 629 on something. I got lazy and I had to cut these things. And when I would easily find a good spot of my videos on computer, but I didn't know how to upload it from my laptop. I had to always come to my uh, um, what is it? Apple computer thing, Apple mobile thing. And then I guess I thought I couldn't. I didn't know how to exactly promote it constantly. It would you'd have to be on it. Okay, you did send it. Let's see. December 21. I never received such thing. Why didn't you email me about it? You see, when I look at it, let me go to PayPal and look at December 21, and we will see what happened there. So there is my PayPal account, and I go to December 21. Okay, December 21. You're right. It's here. But I never received the actual thing. Very good. All right, listen. I'm going to give you 1 extra hour for this. So tell me what is a good time for you. You are 2 hours ahead of me, I guess. Yeah. This is now 8 o'clock here. Is it 10 o'clock in Hawaii? Or no, you're 2 hours behind, are you? Is it 6 or 10 o'clock over there? And 6 or 10 o'clock. Thank you for that, Singh. And what was your name? Your actual name? Ah, okay, got it. Okay, so what time is it over there now? We can do it tomorrow at 2 p.m. my time, or let's say 1 p.m. my time, or 2 p.m. Uh, let's see, what time is it in Hawaii right now? Okay, so you're 2 hours behind. All right, good. Very good. All right. Is tomorrow 2 o'clock good for you? My time? That will be 12 your time. So is it good for you tomorrow? That would be 12. Or if you want, we can make it 6 o'clock your time tomorrow. That would be 8 o'clock mine. That would be too late. All right. How about 6 o'clock my time? That would be 4 o'clock your time. Would that be good? 4 p.m. Hawaii time. Is that good? All right. You okay? I'll Skype you after the discussion here, and we'll set it up. Let's see if your Skype is here. At least let me send this Skype to you right now and see if that's it. Is that you? I say, this is Mehran. Okay, just check your Skype and see if it's correct one. Habib's 3, yeah? Habeebs 3. So respond back to me to make sure that is the right Skype. Then we'll set it up on Skype as soon as I finish. Just send me a Skype back right now so I know we're connected. Cricket Lover says, I scared of losing myself due to these thoughts. Don't be scared. Just learn what these thoughts, how they operate, the malfunction, and then you'll be fine. Educate yourself about it. Miguel Rodriguez says, Mehran, I got to the point I don't have more intrusive thoughts, but feelings I don't know how to explain it, but it really does freak me out. Yeah, of course it does, because feelings are following a thought, and the brain is so powerful that those thoughts can actually create a feeling, a reaction by the body, by the physical body. And that reaction makes you feel that that's an evidence that the thought is correct. No, it's just the power that the brain has to effect such a reaction in the body. That's not an evidence of anything on the accuracy of the thought at all. Yeah. Perhaps, Miguel, you could go on my site, make an appointment, and we'll discuss it in detail. Alex says, with less thoughts, like monk, can we feel more of energies, and can we experience things more clear and nice? No, it's not about being a monk. It's about understanding that these thoughts can exist and they don't mean shit. Just don't be bamboozled by it. It's like you're walking in the street, people talking and about among themselves, or somebody talking to itself, and you hear all these thoughts and thinking, oh, these thoughts have something to do with me. They're defining me. No, they're other people's thoughts. The same thing. Brain is not you. It's like other people's thoughts. So you're not supposed to be influenced by it. It's right on your head that makes you think that you should be influenced by it, but it's irrelevant to you. It's a glitch, as I explained it in detail, and I will explain it, whoever makes an appointment, in detail in person. Otherwise, you just watch the videos that I've already created. They're explanatory there. Singh says, thanks, Maria. You're quite welcome, dear. My pleasure. I'm very, very surprised that slipped through the cracks. I don't know how it happened. Maybe it never came in. Maybe there was a glitch in messages from PayPal that day, or I don't know, maintenance or something. Or maybe it went to my junk somehow, which it doesn't. But anyhow, we'll fix it up. I'm glad that you brought it up. And why the hell didn't you say anything sooner? You could have sent me an email through my site, or, however, comment. What happened to you? Anyhow, it's all good. So do send me a response on the Skype right now. Right now, go to your Skype, send me a message back. I send it to Habib's 3. Uh, there it is. All right, where are we? Cricket says, Cricket Lover says, any solution for groinal response? I have a video on that I invite you to watch it. It's elaborate for you there, and it explains lots of things for you. All right, there is one video that it is 23 minutes and 46 seconds. So I'm going to put that link here for you. And then there is another video that is much shorter, but I want you to see the longer version. And there is another one, which is groinal response in 1 minute. That's a that's another video. All right. So let's see. Oh yeah, good. Okay, great. So, all right. Miguel says, thanks. I will consult with my parents. Okay, good. This is why I always want you guys to include your age, gender, where you're tuning in from, so I will know how old you are. Miguel, let me know your age, because I thought like you're 20 some odd years old, but maybe I'm wrong. Obviously, I'm not. Mazakarol says, Mehran, do you believe that everything happens for a reason? What are your thoughts on that? Well, when you manage the situation and move on with your life, and then you carry on to a different level, and then you find something pleasant, and some things come to fruition which is palatable to you, and they're pleasant, successful, then you say, this is why that thing happened. You kind of related and connected yourself, but maybe not necessarily a direct intelligence behind it trying to make you go away from this. Things happen, and always they're connected, so you can say, yeah, things happen for a reason, because that simply would not groove into this naturally, so it didn't work out. Like two consciousnesses are not compatible, and they don't work out, and then they work out with somebody else. Then you say, well, this is why that didn't work out, so I can find her. Well, it didn't work out because it wasn't jiving properly, it wasn't grooving properly, and it wasn't set to be compatible. And then this one is compatible, so obviously that wouldn't work, this would work. Now you want to say, well, that didn't work because this was in the works. Fine, no problems. But sometimes it does seem to me that, yeah, some things work for a reason, but who knows why and how. I don't have an exact answer for it. No, I don't know what you're talking about, Kevin. You're interpreting things too much and you imagining things too much. Just ease up on that. Trying to figure out imaginations and all it drives you crazy. And you know, Alex says, I check your website. Okay, good. Atif says, hey, Mehran, where is your beating stick? I haven't seen it for a while. I was actually using it with somebody with my consultations. I showed him because he was talking so much down on himself. So I had to threaten him with the ugly stick. And it's here. It's gone anywhere. If you guys misbehave, I'll bring it up. So it sends his regards to you. It's regards to you. So and yeah, that's okay, Kevin. Just very perceptive and a little bit over imaginative, and you can do that. That's fine. I mean, people can sit down and think they're in Hawaii and they feel warm in a cold weather. Sometimes I do that, and if it's cold, I say, okay, I'm right at Kaanapali shores. I'm just basting in the sun, and I remember the day that I was there and what exactly I was doing. I had apples with me, and I was laying on the beach, and it was hot. It was wonderful. So when you think that way, the cold is not necessarily a focal point of yours, and you start feeling the imagining that you're doing, and you warm up. Actually, this is one of the survival techniques that we can do, especially when your mind is powerful. You can use this, but it also is a double-edged sword. You can cause all kind of bullshit. So you got to know what to use it for and what to ignore. Miguel says 17. Thank you for that. Says, by the way, can you also make videos about ROCD and the relationship with HOCD, or more info about it? Well, these are the things that is never ending videos. I usually will discuss whatever it is that the client would have an issue with on the one-on-one discussions, that we can modify the discussions rather than making. We've got like 300-400 videos, if not more, on this topic already. Okay, guys, this looks like that there's no other questions here, and we've been together for an hour and 30 minutes. I think it's time for me to close shop tonight, huh? What do you think? So if there's no more questions, we'll just say goodnight, and we look forward for the next live stream, right? So that's the time I'll say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here and allowing me to share a thing or two with you. In the meantime, I look forward for our next live streaming. Please, if you haven't subscribe, click on the bell and choose the option all or always. So if I go live, you'll be notified. And as always, if you wanted to speak with me one-on-one on Skype, you go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. I have the link already in the chat and make an appointment for new clients. You make a 1 hour appointment. I will throw in another hour. We'll have 2 hours to discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, we too, like the iceberg, have 1,000 times bigger powers that is not visible, and we must. Why? Is it something we're rambling on and I expect you to accept it? Or is there actually another power within us? Would you come and help me out? Okay. What I want you to do is put your hands underneath my arms and just lift me up. There we go. Okay, now, that's my physical part, right? Same thing. Again, with that. Just want to see if there's any difference. Go ahead. Now, go ahead. Now, this, go ahead, when you're ready.
Go ahead.
So you see, this is different than what he was doing, and I'm not really doing anything. You convinced?
Yeah.
So are you guys convinced that there is something other than, thank you. Thank you very much.